Coach Lance here with CFSJ's Inside the Box. Whether you have tight times or tight spaces, we've got you covered. What you're about to follow along with is a 1-hour class shrunk into a 10-minute video. How do we do it? We create pause points, we write out equipment lists, and we give you substitution options to where there is zero thought on your part. So whether you have a hotel room, a hotel gym, or you're lucky enough to be outside, we're going to give you that great CFSJ feel when you're not at CFSJ. So let's take a look at the equipment list. Most of the times fairly minimal, and a lot of times you can substitute these things for things you have around your house, whether it be a water bottle or a filled up backpack. So let's go ahead and grab your phone, let's check out this equipment list, and let's get going. Every class, we're going to start off with 2 minutes of cardio. Now, if you're lucky enough to have a bike or a rower or a treadmill or the outside, let's go ahead and do 2 minutes of rowing or jogging or biking. If you don't have that, then let's start off with some jumping jacks, some step back burpees, some double unders, or some other method of your choice that you can do in the tight space that you're in. If you need a suggestion, let's go ahead and do step back burpees. The thing I love most about step back burpees is they hit everything at once. So instead of making this a dynamic, we're going to make this a very slow, grindy kind of movement, stepping back, engaging that plank on the way forward, driving those hips open, getting that nice hinge and that hamstring stretch, and working the plank and the push-up. By the time you've done about 15 of these, everything is ready. Now again, it's your choice, so let's go ahead and start those 2 minutes now. And with that cardio out of the way, let's focus on the 4 main moves of our dynamic warm-up. First, we have the inchworm with 2 scapular push-ups. No regular push-up here. Let's go ahead and work those hamstrings, keeping the knees locked, legs long, reaching towards the floor, trying to maintain a plank and some core activation as we walk out long, bringing the shoulder blades together and pushing them apart for our scapular push-ups. No elbow bend necessary. 10 total. Next, we have Spider-Man with a double twist. Continuing down in the bottom position, walking back to a plank. We're going to bring that left foot up to the left hand, turning into the knee, then dropping the elbow, bringing the chest to the ground, and now turning away from the knee. 10 each side. Next, from the same position, we're going to go into 10 active pigeon. From the plank, driving the right heel up to the sky before bringing the right knee forward, turning the shin perpendicular to the body, dropping the hip, lifting the chest, hanging here for just a moment before switching. 10 total. And lastly, 10 twisted cross. From a face down position, extending the arms outward, we're going to bring that right arm into the right armpit, pushing gently into the left shoulder as we bring our right leg across the back of our body to help this twist out. Hanging here for just a moment before switching sides. 10 total. As always, take extra time if you need it. Pull something from another day if it works as well. Get your body ready, and we'll see you back at the next section. Today's activation involves 3 movements to warm up the upper body: chest, shoulders, and back. First, we're going to start off with a pectoral squeeze. From a standing position, engaging the core by bringing the belly button to spine, hands straight out, palms facing each other, pushing very hard like you're trying to turn a coal into a diamond. We're going to hold this for 20 seconds. Next, shake the arms out, join me in the bottom of a plank. From here, with feet slightly wider than a normal plank, you're going to bring your left arm up to meet your right shoulder. We're going to hold this for 20 seconds in our 3-point plank. As soon as those 20 seconds are done, we'll switch sides again. And lastly, we're going to go face down for a prisoner Superman hold. In a prone position with our face down, we're going to bring our hands behind our back, feet together, lifting our chest off the ground, driving our hands down our spine, reaching towards our heels as we bring our thighs off the ground, holding for 20 seconds. Now, as always, we're going to do 2 rounds of this. Pro tip on this one is have your timer on the ground to where you're going to be looking at it. Anytime your head moves, you're going to end up breaking the integrity of these movements. Let's go ahead and set our timer, 20 seconds for each of these movements, starting now, and we'll see you back at the next section. Today's strength is all about the upper body. We're going to work the core and the shoulders with a combination of push-ups and hollow rocks. Starting with 8 to 10 push-ups, we can go from long lever from our toes, short lever from our knees, making sure that we're keeping a straight line between our shoulders and our knees, or our shoulders and our feet, lowering the body down to where the chest touches the ground. Maintaining back activation by keeping the elbows into the side. No need to chicken wing today. If things are a little too easy, we can put a couple of items to raise our hands up and do a deficit, or we can go straight from a chair and do an elevated. Don't push past the ability to keep your torso in line. We're going to superset this with 12 to 15 hollow rocks. Starting on your back, creating that tight hollow, belly button to spine, shoulders off the ground, extending the legs out. The closer to the ground, the harder this is. Arms extended back, rocking without touching your heels, coming back without touching your hands. Today we're going to work in Imam style, 12 minutes. On the odd minute, we're going to do our push-ups. On the even minute, we're going to do our hollow rocks. There should be plenty of time to get these right, so no need to rush them. And the more time we put into this now, the more benefit we're going to see later. Again, there's no reason to push your push-ups or your hollow rocks if your core keeps breaking. Choose the appropriate scaling or modification, and let's work at getting stronger. Go ahead and set your timer for 12 minutes and begin. Now let's talk about our Metcon. We're going to need about 20 minutes for today's WOD Warrior. It's a 3-minute interval with a 1-minute rest, 5 rounds. We're going to start off with 3 handstand push-ups. Now again, if handstands aren't quite where you're at, you can do a pike off of a box or a handstand hold. We're going to equate about 10 seconds per every rep. So if you end up doing a handstand hold, we're going to look for about 30 seconds of a handstand hold. Next, you're going to go 6 single arm cleans. This can be with a dumbbell or a kettlebell. It will do a swing style. So what we're going to do is start at the knee, like a partial kettlebell swing, keeping the elbows in, dropping the elbow, light turnover, catching at the shoulder. We're going to go 3 right before we turn on to 3 left. And then with the same implement, we're going to go directly into 9 goblet squats. Shoulder blades back, feet under the hips drop below the crease of the knee. Don't let that chest come forward. Now this is a 3-minute AMRAP, so you're going to count as many as you can do of this combination in those 3 minutes. Your score is going to stop at the end of each AMRAP and reset. You're trying to keep everything consistent through intensity, not through pacing. All right, let's go ahead and set that playlist. Let's get that timer set to 3 minutes. Remember, there's a 1-minute rest after this. And 3, 2, 1, go.